like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button, share it, or subscribe. For all the latest Atlas info, sign up for our newsletter, shop.atlasrr.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And most importantly, enjoy the show.
Let me know when it's on. Is it on right now?
We're on right now.
Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live stream today of the Winter 2025 26 HO and N scale catalog. My name is Ross, as always.
I'm Matt.
This is Matt. We're wearing our matching gray shirts that we didn't do on purpose, I swear. So why don't we dive right into this beautiful catalog?
Let's get cooking. So check out the cover. Obviously, we got the S4 on there.
Beautiful cover.
Our
14
new N scale car is also featured on the cover.
But we'll get to that later.
And we have the table of contents for you guys. We have the paint scheme index, which explains what pages the new paint schemes are on.
Whoa.
And then we go right into our first locomotive right here. We have the N scale SD24, SD26 offerings, and they are back. And we have a smorgasbord of SD24s.
That's a lot.
It is. Starting off with Illinois Gulf, Central Gulf, patch job, former Southern. And then below that, we have another patch job, Precision Leasing. And then another patch job, Wisconsin Central, the faded Fox River.
What does that stand for, that faded FRV?
Fox River Valley.
People know what that is?
People know what that is.
That's crazy.
And then leaping on right up to the next page, more SD24s. We have the Duluth, Midland, and Iron Range demonstrator.
DM and IR. I like this one.
IR. They had one of these as a demo unit. I believe they went with the non-turbo option, right?
That makes sense because they had all the SD18s and stuff.
SD18s, SD9. Yeah, they needed the more attractive effort than the turbo can produce. And then we have Union Pacific and Burlington Northern down there.
Well, they seem probably lower maintenance, I guess. No, turbo's a little.
Yeah, turbo's a little bit more maintenance and everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of turbos, the SD26, the re-engineered SD24 that Santa Fe put together themselves.
What's the difference between the 24 and the 26? They look the same.
The electronics, the car body, you see it has a bigger hump on it and everything. So it's kind of for increased fuel efficiency, reliability, just like the rebuilds today. They're going for more reliability, more fuel efficiency.
Now, these held on pretty long like this now?
They did.
Oh.
So the SD26s, they really lasted to like the late 80s.
You know, I really like that this bicentennial scheme you got here.
So we have
whose idea was that?
Was that the sales department?
I think so. I like to think so.
Yeah, let's pat the sales department.
I
stroke their ego. But it's not all Santa Fe. We have Springfield Terminal there. You could see the handwritten ST underneath the cab, along with some blue. Let me try to make this a little bigger for you guys.
Is that on the nose as well? That little doesn't have like a patch all around it.
So it has little makeshift patches, squiggles.
That's cool.
Springfield Terminal received these and immediately put them into revenue service, so they had no time to do a formal repaint. So for a long time up in the Massachusetts, New England area, you would see Santa Fe SD24s running around and looking natural. And then, as you were talking about, the special bicentennial,
that's good.
Alternate history type of unit.
Did that ever actually happen on this thing?
No, it never actually happened, but it would have been a good candidate because the rebuild program was going on at that time.
Yeah.
So these SD26s were brand new in 76.
This looks like that engine they painted in California like this.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
The SD45-2.
But isn't it has the Santa Fe one had like a herald on the side, doesn't it?
And this will too. This will come
separate package.
And the poly bag. So if you want to put the bicentennial seal on the side, you can. And if you want to leave it like this, you can do that as well.
Slap it on, other Atlas engines. That's pretty cool.
Then we have the plain Jane new numbers of the SD26. And I believe Scott wanted us to note these are single piece windshield.
Yeah.
SD26s, not the two-piece windshields, which were more prevalent and later in the rebuilds.
Yep. Yeah, and these come with ESU sound for those that like DCC sound. And there's the analog versions as well for those that want to put in their own decoders and whatnot. So
SD24s,
they're back.
SD26s.
That's pretty cool.
Nice little oddball locomotive, and we have the order form, as you said, ESU sound. Whoop, whoop. Don't want to get ahead of myself.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about the S4 locomotive. You know, you like your weird SD whatevers that nobody really cares for, but this is kind of, you know, more of that, you know, bread and butter kind of winning locomotive here. The S4. Beautiful. Elegance, grace. So we'll start with the Canadian National in the black, red, and white. That's like a typical later on scheme there.
That wet noodle.
Yeah, the wet noodle. Yeah. Pretty cool. We have the chassis system B&O, which is really nice, very colorful. Vermilion.
Classic.
Yeah, it's nice. And then my favorite, the main central with the tree. It's pretty awesome. As well as Milwaukee Road. And then a local favorite to us, because we love doing local favorites, the Morristown and Erie, which is awesome. We just saw slides of this kind of earlier on, but this is a later on scheme towards the end of this service.
Yeah,
like this.
No, it's really cool when they started doing their simplification schemes.
Yeah, right. And then we have the N&W hamburger in blue. We have Union Pacific with the dependable transportation logo on the cab. They love their slogans back in the day there that like everything had it. And then we have WP, Western Pacific, pretty sharp, which I like that one too.
I like the Western Pacific the most. It's cool.
It's very colorful. I want to say almost like every run of everything has Western Pacific somewhere in the history. It's very colorful, silver, orange, black. And again, these have ESU sound for the DCC modelers, as well as the analog versions.
And I'm sorry, guys, I didn't flip the page. So there's the Milwaukee, there's the Morristown.
I'm so sorry. Look at all those ones. Yeah, they're
Norfolk and Western.
All those
hamburger logo with the blue body paint. Union Pacific, dependable transportation.
Blue body bliss.
Ooh. And then Western Pacific there.
Nice
mix of S4s. So I'll flip back to the first page real quick for you guys. And then we have so I believe that is, what is that?
It's a lot.
That's 8 paint schemes.
Yep. And then once we get to HO, there's some special paint schemes.
Speaking of a lot of paint schemes, we have the N-Scale GP15, our one and only Trainman locomotive in N-Scale. Coming as it always comes, just in analog. You could slide in the DCC decoder of your choice, but for the purpose of keeping this nice and cheap for everybody, it's just as from the factory analog, and then you can use a slide-in board of your choice to make it DCC controlled.
This is another utilitarian bread and butter. Like, I think this is like the hot engine of the year. Like, every railroad is getting a G15.
So so looking at our GP15 road name offerings, everything is pretty much brand new. There's a ton of these GP15s painted up within the last 2 years.
They're a hot new engine.
Yeah, so we start with Carolina Coastal, and they kind of have that original Norfolk Southern heritage paint scheme. It's really cool. And then Cincinnati Eastern with the lightning stripe on the long hood. It's pretty cool. They've been repainting all sorts of their equipment, and they have an oddball roster. Then we go down to Florida Central, similar to Carolina Coastal. They have a heritage tribute style paint scheme to the Seaboard. So it's Florida Central, but it has that Seaboard style paint job.
That's a cool trend.
And these are all real units. Nice. And it's awesome to see Short Lines acquiring these GP15s.
I like the next one. That's a good one.
The Housatonic.
Yeah, I love Housatonic.
Housatonic. So what do we do? 3 numbers of Housatonic? Because they always run and
they're
so
replacing
Housatonic is unique.
Jeep 35 they have up there.
We have 3 numbers of Housatonic, so you can do all 3. I see them consistent all together all the time. Then right under Housatonic, we have our backyard favorite, Morristown and Erie. They got these 2 years ago?
A little bit ago, but they never. So we really wanted to do these like wherever we could, but they were never lettered, so we didn't really know.
They had them painted, but no lettering on them for a long time.
Look like.
So they finally lettered them up, and we can offer them now for pre-order. Very cool. I like the kind of like steam era lettering they use.
Yeah, isn't that neat? Very cool font. It's kind of like N&W font. It
is. And then we have the Prairie Line. What were they formerly known as?
Savage?
Manufacturers.
Yeah.
Doing all Amheimer Bush traffic out of St. Louis. So they're really a Budweiser switcher. Fun fact.
Fun fact. That's $5 fact.
Moving on to the last page of GP15s, we have Utah Central / Patriot Railway. That's their parent company. And then we have Western New York and Pennsylvania. They just acquired a bunch of GP15s.
In a polarizing, everyone's like, I don't know. They're an Alco stronghold.
Yeah. But
these are nice too.
The paint scheme looks great on there.
It's like an Erie
it looks like a Erie paint scheme.
Yeah.
And then our collector's edition, the one and only Metro number 14, painted up in the Metro, kind of a passenger scheme, but really it's just doing
it's like the Aces.
Doing switching work in the Chicago terminals for Metro.
When we went to Train Fest, this was so heavily requested.
Yeah.
So I was really happy that this made it.
Yeah. So great lineup of GP15s for Yen scalers.
Yep. And you have to get more than one because they have really bad tractive effort in real life.
Yeah.
These pull really well.
But in real life, the short lines always had them paired up. Yeah. So that's your GP15 offerings. Ooh, and then a solid boxcar we got here.
All right, so the FMC 5077 single door boxcar, the IPD era. These were everywhere, so prevalent, right in the 80s, traveling around. So we have our Delaware Lackawanna, which is the LRB sublettering. Super cool. Was that your idea?
That was my idea, and these are real. Delaware Lackawanna has a handful of these.
Pretty slick. We have RF&P in the blue.
RF&P.
We have the Southern X Railbox patch, which is pretty cool. A lot of these everywhere. And then the Southern Pacific X Railbox patch, which I really like. The patchwork that we started doing on a lot of these cars is pretty neat.
Yeah, and then
utilitarian.
Not to spill the beans later, but there's a whole article about the patch jobs.
Don't spill the beans.
Not spilling the beans.
We have the Vermont Railway SSI decal. What does SSI stand for? That's a $5 fact I'm asking for. Should have studied my index more.
Yeah, should have studied my IPD.
I'm actually going to look that up. I never, ever... The SSIs are cool, but the Vermont Rail ones got repainted multiple times.
Yes.
And some Green Mountain ones and whatnot. But we'll look that up and we'll put that in the chat.
We should.
Then we have Burlington Northern. We have Plain Jane Railbox because we can't tease you with all these patches and not do the regular Railbox. And then we have the Atlantic and Western Railway faded and patched, which is really cool. And again, I really like the patchwork we're doing.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
And that faded and patched one will also have that rusted roof job that we offered once bore.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
I'm glad we started doing more stuff like that.
The patch jobs, it's part of, today's railroading. They're just prevalent everywhere.
That's the crusty line.
The crusty line.
Yep.
I like that. I don't think the front office will like it, but
no.
But I like
lovingly.
Love it. Beloved crusty line.
Yeah.
Okay, shooting right into the N scale Diffco dump car. We have Santa Fe with plain Jane lettering. He says sans serif lettering there, but in reality that's actually just Santa Fe maintenance away lettering. And then I told him to write this out, but he didn't. We have Chicago Sanitary Waste District.
Sounds like that'll go with the Jeep 15.
Yeah.
Good cross-selling opportunity.
Yep. So Chicago Sanitary District. And then we have Helm Leasing. That one people are more familiar with, HMLX. Everybody knows that's Helm Leasing. Then we go into another one that we should have written out for you guys. We'll do that on the edit. We have Metro North, belovingly known as MNCW. Basically a maintenance away piece for the Metro North commuter rail.
That's crazy that a railroad like that has a Diffco dump car.
Oh, yeah. Every railroad gets washed out.
Is that crazy?
Yeah. Really, every railroad has these Diffco dump cars for...
Neat. They're so funky looking. Like the air-actuated cylinders. And
yeah.
It's really cool.
No, but need them for everybody. Any modern railroad has Diffcos somewhere on there.
And G15.
And then we have Southern/NS. Originally Southern painted, and then you see the Conspic stripes on there, making it NS property. And then we have Union Pacific, again, Conspics, and it looks like a faded body on this one. That's pretty cool. And then BC Rail, which
this one.
Can also be called Canadian National because they're
cool. Yeah. That's what they went into.
So nice lineup of modern Diffco dump cars, all except for Santa Fe.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
There you go.
But
now we'll talk about something more interesting than a Diffco dump. A 53-foot Evans double plug door boxcar. And boy, do we have a great lineup for you. So we have the CNW North, or the patch here because we love our patchwork. We have the Illinois Central Gulf X Evans. Super neat patch. USLX Cypress. We have USLX Quinault Pacific. Thank you. USLX St. Regis. USLX Tropicana, which was in our O-scale line, right?
Yeah, that was recently done.
Which is really popular.
It's really cool. I didn't know Tropicana had insulated cars like this.
And why did they have an insulated car like that? Because we went over it multiple times.
Controlled climate.
Exactly.
For canned orange juice, not refrigerated orange juice.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Or orange juice concentrate.
Yeah,
you want to be technical.
We have a USLX Wix Agriculture, which I think we might have seen a slide of this earlier. That's a really cool car.
That is.
Yeah. It's amazing way back when the cars were like vibrant and colorful and
Billboards.
big logos. Yeah, they can't do that anymore.
Billboards, really.
Virginia Central, which got a shout out. I know people love Virginia Central. And then USLX Plywood Marketing Associates, which I really like this one with its two-tone.
Yeah, the two-tone color.
70-ton roller bearing trucks, ready to run AccuMate couplers. How about that?
Nice little lineup there by Cody.
Great lineup. Good job, Cody.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you get the center beams.
Oh, I get the center beams.
I love center beams.
And lots of center beams we are offering. This is a Trenton Works 73-foot center beam. Oop. Let me make us bigger now.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
So right here, the N scale test shot. You guys are like, I can't see that. We'll post better pictures
Facebook.
But very nice, just like our HO and O scale car. If you're familiar with it, just shrunk it down, put in our shrink ray machine for N scale. Has a 36-inch metal wheels along with 1015 style couplers, metal crossover platform, die-cast chassis or floor.
There's a lot going on with this little car.
It's a really, really nice car. Like a BMI style car in that scale. So
it's
full nine.
About time.
Yeah. And leading off the offerings for this car, I'll make this screen bigger now. We have Atlantic Western in green. We have BNSF H1. You could kind of see the bubble letterings on there. It's older BNSF lettering. A Canadian National in the Duluth Winnipeg patch or reporting marks. Canadian Pacific as delivered with their funky red and white conspic stripes instead of yellow.
With Sioux reporting marks.
Sioux line reporting marks.
Interesting.
Yep, because these railroads, they want to classify cars with different reporting marks. That way
on the American side.
Yep. And then we have going to the next page. That's the first four offerings. The last four offerings are Norfolk Southern with the power bar, NS right smack in the middle there. We have TTX as delivered with the TTX speed scheme. We have Union Pacific with conspic stripes, just a little UP on there. And then we have Willamette Pacific Railroad out in, I believe, was that Oregon or California?
Pacific Northwest, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Oregon.
Now, what
And
if I wanted to load for this? Like, what happens? It's a nice looking car, but what do you put on that thing?
We have load technology for this
technology.
Car. So you can see it looks like nothing special right now. It's just two pieces of plastic, but we got magnets in there. Do a quick demo. I can do it with one hand. That's how easy. Then,
oh my gosh!
Voila! There's your load. Snaps right in.
That's amazing.
One hand application.
Whoa! So then you get loads
and loads. And speaking of loads, I'll talk about the loads because it's kind of like the same as this car. We have 4 unique loads for you guys. Like I just demonstrated, magnet. Nice. You want to show the people.
Show the people if I can do it. There we go.
There you go.
After I break this
Anybody can do it.
There you go. Anyone can do this.
And it just clicks.
Even an O-scaler such as myself.
Yep. Nice magnetic load. Makes N-scale loads super easy.
There you go.
So those paint schemes on the loads are as follows. We have Georgia Pacific in Tier 4. Inner 4? Inner 4.
Inner 4. I thought you said Georgia Pacific Tier 4. I was like, there's tiers to that?
Always. Inner 4 always messes me. It's just how simple it is.
That's funny.
Sierra Pacific, I like their logo. That's pretty cool.
I love that.
And the Weyerhaeuser with their craziness.
Are these the same ones we did in O-scale?
These are O-scale.
Has Georgia Pacific, Weyerhaeuser.
Yep.
No, I don't know about these two. Me too.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Separate sale. Fit, and these separate sale 73-foot loads fit any 73-foot center beam.
Yep.
So as long as your footage is the same, it will fit.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Important. Very important footage.
That's our new goody N-scale car.
Now, I think this might be the last. No, it's not. Okay, so we're in luck, people. We have more N scale offerings, but we'll talk about the Trainman N scale ACF 3560 covered hoppers, backed by popular demand. These are awesome cars.
They're really cool.
And HO, they're really well detailed for our Trainman line. I feel like it's in that Trainman Plus kind of realm there. They're nice.
Yeah, they're nice. They're newer.
Nice. And they're bread and butter. So we have the IMCX with Conspec stripes. We have the Rail Logistics, which was XCSX. Ooh, I'll pause.
No, you're good.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Thanks. We have Riverport Railroad with that patch reporting mark. Union Carbide, or SHPX.
My clear favorite.
Union Carbide. We have Chesapeake in Ohio, Norchem, and NS. These cars were super cool. Short, obviously, for those kind of higher weight loads, higher density.
Higher density loads.
Which is really neat. So cement service, grain service, and what, fracking sand, stuff like
some
that.
Sand. They could do a partial load of sand in these cars.
But these cars have such a long life.
Yeah,
it's they'll look really good behind your GP15 or even your S4.
Yeah, a lot of them are aggregate for. You'll see them all dusty with concrete stuff and plastics, as you see on there.
Yeah,
no, it was a multi-use car. It's really
still
really
around
cool.
today. Still
lots of commodities. Yeah. But I like the price point on them. $28.95.
Did not change much since the last time they're around. Same with the HO round, which is great. Kind of the good highlight of the Trainman line. Stands the test of time.
Yeah, and then one of my favorites are Trainman Plus trash flats. 85
Plus. Actual Trainman Plus.
Yeah,
cars.
actual. What makes it Trainman Plus is the beautiful metal wheels, body mount couplers, and like we did in 2019, these trash flats will come preloaded with containers already on them, which makes it very easy to order your flat and containers, and you don't have to worry about your containers showing up first or your flat showing up first without no. So all will arrive together. So we start off with ECDC Logistics. That's cool.
Highway to garbage.
And their reporting mark is RSGX. We see these on the CSX line all the time.
All the time.
As well as USA Waste. They serve New York City. That's kind of cool. The green one's below that. Also on CSX all the time. East Carbon, AW. These are new railroad numbers. It's part of my tongue twister. But I believe East Carbon, AWXX ran, I want to say early 2000s. So that's why you don't see the Conspics on it. You don't see the things you see on the more modern cars. And that was, I believe, Conrail, and they kind of were in the Midwest too, even though it says East Carbon. And speaking of East Carbon, we have the more modern East Carbon paint scheme below there.
These I've seen.
These are all over Staten Island.
This
is Norfolk Southern and CSX. Conrail Shared Assist around New York City handles these all the time. These beautiful orange trash flats, East Carbon or DSEX. Don't take the D decal off. And then we have General American. It's General American's in a newest paint scheme with the Interstate Highway logo. They're pretty cool. That little logo looks like a Route 66 logo. And these are big Norfolk Southern haulage.
One more.
And one more on the next page. We have Apex.
I think I've seen
these. APEX.
Yeah.
I believe these are newer.
Yeah.
Yep. So wide range of offerings of trash flats there.
And you have separate cell containers if you want more containers.
If you want more containers, let's say you got the flat from an earlier run, but you didn't get the containers, it's your opportunity to order more containers. And I even see these containers mounted on trucks nowadays on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So
intermodal.
Yep. More separate cell containers. And that concludes N scale. And then we have our little new section. If you pick up a print copy, we have a detailed look behind the paint schemes. We briefly go over the alternative history of the Santa Fe Bicentennial SD26. Then we also touch upon the backstory of the rail boxes, 5077 rail boxes that were patched out. I talk about how and why they were patched out so soon, because Railbox ordered bigger cars, basically. And then we jump to a look behind the Union Carbide scheme. This is one of the most interesting schemes on the 3560. And then a little proto info about the SGX paint scheme on the trash flats.
Yeah, which is again a really cool kind of look of how those came to be and a little history of the prototype itself, which is pretty neat. So pretty cool.
No, so
I'm glad we started doing that.
If you guys have time and you have the print copy, take a nice little quick read through the behind the schemes section.
Yep. Our TRM.
Yeah,
toilet reading material.
Gotta have it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to talk about the HO.
Oh,
or you want me to briefly do it for you?
No, I got it. Are you kidding me? I love these things. Any earlier EMD, so the SD2426s. However, these are more exciting because I'm talking about them and because they're HO.
Yes. So
it is the same schemes as before, again with ESU sound. Sorry, FRV fans. Next time, we've heard the cries we went to Milwaukee. And I know these went to FRV, but we do have the Wisconsin Central X FRV in there, just like the N scale. So we'll run through that real quick. And then if you flip the page, good sir.
Let's flip the page.
On the real one.
Oh,
on the digital.
Duh.
The demonstrators, and then as well as the Springfield Terminal Bicentennial, again with that separate sale medallion. So if you want to put that in any other Atlas engine or your own freelance.
Separately included.
Sorry. Separately included. It comes with the engine.
And then
and the Santa Fe plane.
The big selling point of these new SD26s.
The beacons.
The beacon.
Whoa. Yeah, we have operational beacons.
We are promised that the beacons will be operational for this run.
Again, we've heard the cries. And it's going to look really cool.
Yep.
So we're pretty excited about that.
So the beacon will be operational. I see UP has a beacon on the 24. And then
Santa Fe.
All the 26s have a beacon.
And the Bicentennial.
And the Bicentennial. And then cool. The other nice little features on these HO scale versions are metal couplers like the last time.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be back. And for the first time, the SD24 will have etched metal windshield wipers.
Whoa. So you're saying I can get my SD24 Bicentennial with the extra medallion and metal couplers.
And etched metal.
That's like hot diggity dog. I love it.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
All the upgrades for today's
good job
in model rate rating.
Good job, Scott and Matt. Good jobs. All around.
And then
the S4 you
S4s.
Say. Boy, I'd love to take that over too.
A little different spin on it than the N scale offerings.
I like these ones.
You like these ones?
These are good. Yeah, these are all really
like these. So
these are good.
Canadian National, the Wet Noodle, Bloody Nose on there.
Bessemer.
Yeah. Bessemer Lake Erie.
Yeah. Orange.
That's really cool.
Heck yeah.
And actually, there's a couple steel roads on here.
Yeah.
Erie Lackawanna. Who doesn't need some EL?
That one.
Green Mountain, my favorite.
There you go.
So we got two sub paint schemes, two versions. We got 303, kind of has like a big billboard on the long nose, a long hood. Excuse me. Then we have 305 and the more traditional Green Mountain paint scheme.
When you think of Green Mountain, that's the kind of the later on. The one before is the earlier on scheme. Pretty cool.
But I think they were both in service at the same time. So
yeah, they overlapped a lot.
Yeah. And then we have a Monongahela connecting railroad in the Bicentennial scheme. And yes, you're seeing that correctly. The trucks have decoration on them.
For the first time.
Yes. And stars on the trucks. Yeah. And then also decoration on the fuel tank. So it's really cool. And the decoration's crazy on this unit. It's everywhere.
And when we looked at the S4s, we said, why don't we put something red, white, and blue in there? There's actually a couple to choose from. I think this was the most.
This was the wildest Bicentennial scheme you could find.
It looks really nice, though.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
And it does look like the U.S. Steel. It's very similar to the U.S. Steel.
It is. And then you jump to U.S. Steel, which, has that orange and black. Very cool. Because, who couldn't use a steel switcher for the steel mill?
You got to have it.
And then going down, we have Morristown and Erie. This says back by popular demand, but really last time we ran this was before cell phones. So it's really a new paint scheme.
They went on their typewriters and they went and they mailed everything.
There wasn't even a fax machine.
Boy, we want the TGP or something. Yes. We need the TGP or something. Yeah. And it has new horns. You're doing all the horns and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, so
pretty cool.
All of them actually have specific horn locations. Morristown and Erie is just the one pictured because we're all fanboys here for Morristown and Erie. And then we have NDM. Got to show love to our friends down in Mexico.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's very tasteful. And they have a ton of them.
Yeah.
And then we have Santa Fe and the zebra stripes. So if you're
man.
modeling the Texas stockyards, you can kick around some Calicars with the zebra stripe S4. So that is our HO scale S4 offerings. Similar to the SD24 and 26s, these will have metal couplers as well.
Amazing.
Yes. And ESU sound.
And you know, all the people that came to us for train shows and said, hey, man, put some metal couplers on those bad boys. Finally doing it.
Finally doing it.
But this is exciting. This I love talking about. So this is the Atlas Classic HO RS3/RSD4 5 locomotives, back for the first time in a long time, right?
Very long time.
In a long time. First time with sound. Some of these schemes here, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. All the RSDs are the first time with sound.
That's amazing. I know the RSD is kind of like that classic Atlas engine, classic.
Atlas classic.
But they're back here. So we have the Delaware Ostego system, which is really cool. That's kind of a predecessor to the Susquehanna.
Yeah, in the backyard of
upstate New York area. Very cool and very cool scheme there. I'm not going to try to butcher this name, but I do say it when the camera's not on correctly. So I'll say the FUS, which is also another Mexican road name.
Yeah.
Very cool. Southern Railway of Mexico.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
That's
you go.
Pretty much the translation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we have the St. Johnsbury and the Mole County, which is an upstate New York company as well. Very cool. Very, very nice scheme on
the bridge line.
Bridge line, yeah. It's a nice scheme.
It is a nice
trucks.
scheme.
It just screams New England.
It's very New Englandy.
Very. Love it. We have the Tennessee Central and that really cool, not really bicentennial, but yes, it's bicentennial. It's nice.
Yeah, that was their last paint scheme before they sold out to L&N.
Yeah, and it has that cool logo on the cab.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. And then my favorite, the Black River and Western, has the ampersand in there. The 1554, the XCNJ RS3, which is a collector's edition, which that means this will be the only time this is made. So if you want a Black River 1554, please get your order in for this catalog because it's not happening again. So I'll be really sad. And then we have my other favorite, because somehow Matt let me get away with. Oh, I'm sorry.
There we
Thank you. My other favorite, because Matt let me get away with this, and apparently everyone hates the Ohio Central here. But the Ohio Central System 1077. So guess what? I'm gonna get all these suckers in your face.
I love the Ohio Central. It's Rob.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. I don't know why. It's like this engine's still around in Ohio. It obviously doesn't run for
Steam
them.
Roundhouse, right?
It's there. You can still see it. Same with the 1554 is still around. But again, this is a collector's edition. So please get your orders. And this is the only time they're going to let me do this on this engine.
Yeah. You got to prove Ross right.
Yeah,
Ohio
prove
Central
me right.
sells.
And then if this goes well, we're going to do more Ohio Central. Maybe less Black River because I'm getting away with too much lately. But anyway, so we have the Southern Pacific. We shift down to the RSD 4 and 5s. Pretty cool. Bloody nose. First time, right?
Second time
wings.
in this direction.
Yeah, sorry.
It was a short hood forward to the first offering.
Yes.
And then the wings are going.
True Alco fashion. It is long nose forward the way it should be.
Yep.
The way it's intended. We have the Utah Railway Bicentennial, which is super weird because it looks just like the normal Utah Railway. But they replaced the pinstripes on the side with blue.
Yeah. And then instead of off-white, it's true white.
True white, which is kind of funny for a heavy hauling railroad in the mountains.
It's an Alco, so it just got dusty and it looked like gray.
Turned to black.
2 days anyhow.
And my other favorite, because I have a lot of favorites in the Alco land, the Jersey Central toothpaste stripes.
Oh, yes.
Which, when was the last time we did toothpaste stripes on this engine?
2002.
That's crazy. That's a $5 fact. You all have $5. 2002, first time with sound, which these are really cool.
Yeah, these RSDs are important. You know, they may look a little, snooze festy, but every railroad needed a high traction at some point, and that's exactly what they did.
And Utah Railway to close it out, and that was it. Really, was the difference between the RS3 and the 4 and 5s is the tractive effort and the trucks.
Yeah, the trucks.
But you're cool. So prove me right, prove Matt wrong. Buy Ohio Central.
Okay, and then similar to what Ross has mentioned, we talked about in N scale, the 5077 FMC single door boxcars. We lead off with Delaware Lackawanna, LBR reporting mark on there. Real car, Delaware Lackawanna had a handful of these FMCs in this capacity. So nice plane, says Delaware Lackawanna. So if you're a DL fan, grab it because that rolling stock is hard to find.
That would go really good with your RS11,
yeah.
C420s.
All the DL products that we offer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac, belovedly known as RF&P. Plain blue. This was a fun fact, a rail box before getting painted plain blue.
Whoa.
Yes. And speaking of rail box, we have the Southern X rail box patch, and then we have Southern Pacific and an X rail box patch. So we kind of represent both coasts. We have Vermont Railway with the SSI decal. Maybe we got that answered. I can't see your comments. They're
wow.
Too small.
I didn't even look at the comments.
Yeah, there's tons of comments. And we'll try to get to them at the end, guys.
But someone probably said what SSI means, but I'm not going to look because I want to figure it out.
I got to squint real hard to see your comments. Yeah. And then we go down to Burlington Northern. That's new numbers. We did that probably 10 years ago last time. So if you didn't get it the first run, your opportunity to get it the second time. As well as Railbox. Everybody needs rail boxes. They're just so common.
Really cool.
And then we have Atlantic Western Railway, faded, patched, all grimy. What do you call it? Crusty offering.
Yeah, the politically correct terminology is crusty offering.
Yeah,
it looks cool. Very cool car.
Something new for these HO FMC boxcars. We have a lot of complaints in the past about the coupler boxes.
Yeah.
How they were only made for the small. Now we have coupler boxes that will handle a number 5 style KD coupler.
I'm liking the theme.
So,
there's a lot of
upgraded coupler boxes.
A lot of suggestions that I've definitely heard over the years of the train shows that are being implemented.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
We listen sometimes. Most of the time.
We try. We really do. We try.
Believe it or not, we do not like, we're hobbyists too.
Especially when it comes to my Atlas Classic RS3. Central.
Black River Western.
Yes. All right. So we have the HO 53-foot Evans double plug door boxcar, which are basically the same schemes as before. We'll run through them quickly. The CNW patch. Awesome. We have the Illinois Central Gulf X Evans, which still has Evans on it, which is pretty cool. USLX Cypress, USLX Quinault Pacific, which is awesome because I like the font on there. And it has the cool QP logo. It's really neat. Yeah. USLX St. Regis, USLX Tropicana, which again, Matt was for.
Yes, canned orange juice.
Oh my gosh, awesome. And then we have the USLX Wix Agriculture. I'm just going to keep asking you that. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
We have the Virginia Central and the USLX Plywood Marketing Associates in that awesome scheme. I really think that could be my favorite, other than the Quinault Pacific. Pretty cool.
Tropicana. The graphics are too cool on it.
Yeah, everyone loves the Tropicana.
Let me show you guys the Virginia Central and the Plywood Marketing Associates. All green. And then two-tone.
Oh, yay.
Virginia Central, though, is usually very popular. And then a new run of our beloved HO 73-foot Trenton Works center partition car, or center divider.
Center beam.
Center beam.
Flat car.
Flat car that holds wood. We can call it all sorts of things. Yeah. Cody did a nice job on these HO offerings. They're different than the N scale. So I'll read them all to you guys all over again.
And they're different than what we had way before.
Yeah.
Like, these are very, very different.
So we have Albany and Eastern, not New York State Albany, Oregon Albany. Then we have British Columbia Railway.
Yes.
And that's a cool one. It's brown. I think we did it in green before.
Yes, we did.
And then we have Duluth, Winnipeg, and Pacific in brown or maroon. And then below that, we have GE Leasing Services, NAFX. That's a cool one. Blue, baby blue. And then going up, we have Hampton Capital, which has, I believe it says American Gypsum up on the bulkheads. So this one has all sorts of fine printing. So it's not just gray and red. It also has a bunch of interesting small little text on it compared to the others. Then we have St. Mary's Railway, new numbers. These are everywhere. I see these SMW center beams all the time.
Yeah.
And then we have more new forward-thinking numbers with the forward-thinking patch. And then we have more new numbers with TTX, the speed logo with Conspix on it. So it's for today's railroading.
Now that could be one of the more colorful center beam runs that I think we've done here, which is awesome.
Yeah, there's a great mix of color in there.
Yeah.
And then you can see a prototype picture on the next page of the St. Mary's Railway.
Yeah.
That's in my beloved town of Manville, New Jersey, in the Port Reading Junction Yard. And then we go over, and then
ooh, I'm so excited.
Very cool.
The 50-foot limited edition 50-foot post-war single door box cars. And some really, really cool schemes. Some bicentennial feel, some bicentennial.
And like,
they'll correct me.
Yeah.
But we have Alaska and an awesome scheme. The F units carried that scheme.
They
which
did.
Is super neat. We have Conrail, which kind of looks like the GG1. It's pretty cool with Canada.
Yeah. And the early Conrail lettering on it.
I like that.
Yeah.
And Spirit 76. We have the ICG, Illinois Central Gulf. Really, really cool scheme on that. Then the Santa Fe, which would look really good with your SD26.
It would.
Which actually looks like the bicentennial steam heat cars or the tool cars that they had.
Yeah. And I like how all these cars are like based in reality. They're not just red, white, and blue smorgasbords. They're all
Creative Freedom box cars. We do love celebrating America's 250th any way we can, and this is kind of the start, or I guess the midway point, because we've been doing it for a little bit now.
A little bit.
But these will look really cool.
Yeah, and hopefully, these are planned to arrive in 2026, so you can celebrate America's 250th. There's a little blurbage there about the alternative history of these cars, and just like a nice what if you're, Conrail wanted to paint up additional rolling stock and a bicentennial scheme where the ICG painted up a box car like that.
Well, this is one of the perfect, other than like the 5077, but it's like a perfect canvas for a scheme like this. You really display it and it looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
So get your hands on these. These are going to fly out pretty fast. So,
yeah. So if you see your favorite railroad listed there, snatch it up. These limited edition cars always fly.
They're the best. They're the best.
And then I believe this is, second to last.
That's right. I get the last one.
Okay, so we have IMCX. I believe that's a Canadian grain hauler, but correct me if I'm wrong. Then we have Rail Logistics. That's pretty cool. I like Rail. I think I did that once before, actually, on a cylindrical hopper.
Nice.
Riverport Railroad. That's cool. Nice little short line there. And then we have Union Carbide, the nice two-tone blue and white. And then a classic. I believe Chesapeake and Ohio ordered the most 3560s.
I believe it.
Because they want, CSX later and chassis system. And then Norchem with the cool arrow. And then Norfolk Southern with the Conspix and all modernized out down there on the bottom. Yeah, nice offering of these Trainman cars.
Yep, these are great cars.
They are.
They look great next to your Masterline cars. They're pretty cool.
In almost any industry that uses hoppers.
Oh, yeah. And now the last car in our catalog, the 85-foot trash flats with the MSW containers. Again, these will be coming with the containers, so you don't have to wait for them because you bought the flat 8 months earlier. So we have the ECDC highway to garbage, logistics. We have the USA Waste. We have East Carbon, which these look really, really cool. And then we have the modern East Carbon, which you'll see Staten Island and whatnot, big orange.
Big orange.
With Conspecs. And then we have General American, which is really neat. And then we have Apex. Which I like Apex.
Apex is the pinnacle of garbage transportation.
Big garbage.
Big garbage wants you to believe in its corporate lies. But
and then after that, we have the separate sale. If you'd like more containers, which are the same road names, are DSWU, RSGU, AWIU, SDEU, and LT or LWT.
Yes.
So these. Oh, I'm sorry. And there's more. Wait, there's more. NWSX, and then Interstate Waste Services, and then I'm done.
And then you're done.
Yeah, and then that's it. And then at the end, we do have some cool plugs. Plugs,
literally.
That's so funny. For our new sandboard, new design. This used to be the
non-derail.
Yeah, non-derail board. But now this is called the Switch Accessory Module, or called the sandboard, which is actually a multi-scale tool, which is pretty neat. So
if you have any all sorts of things that can help you with, from frog wiring to twin coils to stall switch machine motors, any sort of you run into some kind of issues where you have reverse continuity, or you just any sort of like polarity issues where you're trying to do auto, like a reverser or something like that. This is your solution. This is an all-in-one solution. Can't say enough about it. Works in all three scales. So
and that's the important part. All three scales. This actually appeared first in our O scale catalog, which was pretty cool because a lot of people needed it. But again, electricity is electricity, right? So it works with the smaller scale. So we just want to make sure that everyone's aware.
Yep. So if
in
you're
here.
running to any dead ends in your layout, electrical, work, this is your solution.
And like always, it closes the catalog with our 21st century nickel silver track.
Yes.
Yep. So it's important. And that concludes the winter 2025-26 HO and N catalog. Please get your pre-orders in by January 7th, 2026. Super, super important to go by the pre-order date.
January 7th.
January 7th, right after the New Year. So you have time to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then the other holiday that you celebrate in December, and New Year's, and then you can get your pre-orders in. That's a lot of time and a lot of holidays. You can go family. I'm so stuffed from turkey. I really want an SD24, so can you please order it? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Or S4 or whatever. But no, super thick catalog. So check out all these great product offerings.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots in here. Very thick.
Very thick. But why don't we do some Q&A since we have some time? I don't know how much time we have, but we have some time.
Let me take a brief moment so I can pass the baton to Eric real quick so he can help read us.
It's the me show. It's the me show.
I didn't want to be so literal.
Just throw the mouse.
All right, we're back.
Someone's asking how long until the Amtrak AM7 locomotives are on?
That's a great question. How long? You can see it now, but the AM7s, Matt.
We have
soon,
running samples upstairs.
Yeah, we have running samples of these locomotives upstairs. It sounds like was Feb.
I want to say February. Yeah.
I last I heard was February. We're super excited to get those engines back with their ditch lights. Yeah, and they're working marker lights, which is awesome.
The ditch lights look great.
Yeah, it's gonna look really cool. And we actually had samples of those. The non-painted samples came with us to Train Fest.
Yes, you guys took the white samples.
Yes, we did. Good question. And we'll run through another one.
Someone just wants to know how much the center beam and end scale is.
How much the center beam and end scale is? That's a great question. I'll flip to it in the meantime. I'm pretty sure I passed it, but I'm going to keep going like I did it. So I'm going to fill the air until I get there, and I'm just going to keep talking, and I'm going to keep talking, and it is $52.95.
Yep.
Very good price for these. Now, the load is separate, and if you're interested in the loads, they're $22.95, and you can pick any of the four there.
And that's just MSRP, so, contact your favorite dealer. I'm sure your dealer will provide a little discount.
Yeah, these are MSRPs. They can provide what they provide. So go to your favorite dealer, hobby store, and
we always highly encourage you supporting your favorite hobby shop.
Yep.
Nothing like having a hobby shop in the neighborhood.
Heck yeah, brick and mortar.
You consider doing any NDC Railroad or Chestnut Ridge engines?
Ooh, NDC Railroad's cool.
That's a great question. An NDC Railroad, like a certain 420 that should have been in the last run?
Yes.
Yeah, I follow the Blue Locks very regularly. Yes, we consider stuff like that all the time.
Yep.
We pride ourselves in the short lines and kind of the switching railroads and whatnot. Like we just did SMS on the B23s.
Yeah, we did.
Which is cool. Like we have our eyes. We're, again, as Matt said earlier, we are rail fans.
Yeah, and then like the GB15s in here are literally all short lines.
So without filling the air with all this, the quick answer is yes, we do consider stuff like that. And hopefully it's in the next HO9 catalog.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, next time we run the C420, that'd be great to see.
I can hear Scott yelling, no!
I don't know why he hates fun so much.
Fun police. No, I'm just kidding.
Police.
Next question.
Is Atlas bought microtrains, or going to continue the grit and grime on HO scale?
That's a really good question. So since we bought microtrains, there's a lot of really cool stuff that they did that we hope to bring over to the rest of what we provide here. They do amazing stuff.
It's something we're hoping to expand on.
Actively looking at. Yeah.
Stay tuned for our next catalog. We'll have some HO kind of grimy graffiti offerings and things like that.
Great question.
Nothing else.
Okay. Well, everybody's,
it's good.
It's good because we just got through a very thick catalog. So
it was thick. It was almost an hour.
It was.
Whoa.
This boy was a monster. 70 pages of Atlas goodness in here. So
70 pages of Atlas goodness. 72 pages.
72 pages to pre-order from.
Again, pre-order Wednesday, January 7th. Please get this pre-orders in. Super important. I don't know if there's any other questions. We can do a quick scan. Nothing else,
Nothing
Eric?
else.
Well, if that's
All right.
everything, again, I'm Ross.
I'm Matt.
That's
Thank you,
Matt.
guys.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Be on the lookout for January's catalogs. That will so excited. There's new products in there as well.
Even more new announcements coming very soon.
Yes, very, very soon. But other than that, we're signing off. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Boom.